Hello my friends, and big thanks to all subscribers and moderators, and also a big welcome to all the new members. So some really great news ahead, and I think it's going to be exciting that you can learn how to win a free reading. So let's start with some kind of like general info. So this is a general reading. So that means I don't want the freak out, hey, it's not catered to special me, it's just me, and not every detail of my life is being covered. Well, I'm sorry, sweetie, but this is a general reading. So how I do it, I kind of like focus on everybody of that sign, and also on their ascendant, also on their moon, and also on all the people who might be actually cross-watching. So plenty of people there, so two people of the same sign are never the same. Nothing really beats private readings, so just keep that in mind. Now, what I do suggest is, like, definitely, as I mentioned, to check your sun sign, check your ascendant, check your moon sign. And if you're cross-watching for somebody else, then also check the same, like sun sign, ascendant, and moon, and also their Mars. That's going to tell you their really attitude toward relationships and how basically this is like resonating at this particular time. Now, I really want to also say something else before I go to that great part that you're like waiting for, that this reading, like if you get a private reading, this is like on a double special. First of all, it's only $50, and second of all, you are still taking advantage of the speed up promotion. So it is about 7 days. I'm not going to guarantee exactly the same 7 days because sometimes I have the monthly readings, but within the 7 to 9 days you get the reading back. If it's a regular reading, you can upgrade it to Russian Urgent, but this is really up to you. So are you excited? Let's get to the fun part. And one on social media. So off you go. So guys, it's very simple. If you're being called to be a winner, you just basically from that nick you send, put your email, and that way we know it is you, and that's all you need to do. In the comments you give your email, and then you're contacted at that email, and that's all that takes. So there you go. So I hope to see you on Saturday on live reading, and not only one Saturday but many Saturdays, and many of you are present. So all you have to do is like, hey, I'm here, hi Kat, I'm in Toronto, I am in Arkansas, I am in Michigan. So all you need to do is just like announce yourself, and you have to be present when this is drawn. So this is kind of like a good start, especially for those of you who never had private reading. It's very therapeutic. I'm not fortune teller, I'm actually kind of guiding you through the process, and that's kind of like really easy for everybody, so nothing to be scared of. What I'm going to do the next is I'm going to explain to you how I came up with this Is Your Ex Coming Back spread. This is only for the people who are actually wanting their exes to come back. So I don't want to hear, I don't want my ex back. Just go to the different reading. It's all cool. If you have seen this, if you are a steady kind of like person here, just jump to the reading, see the timestamps below. It took me forever to find a combination of 7 cards that can actually work out and give me the information. These cards are taken from a different deck. They're called significators, and they're going to be identical to every single reading. They're kind of like telling me the category about what they need to know about this particular relationship between you and the person you're asking about. It is only for the people who are, as I said, looking for somebody and want to know more. The magician is going to tell me the quality of this relationship, if this is really a starter, if you cannot go in a different direction, and if this is going to happen. The temperance reversed is going to tell me what is off, what needs to be glued, what needs to be repaired. Is the situation right? Is the person right? What is wrong? And we are going to realize that. Then we have 2 significators. They are interchangeable, either or. You can kind of like pick one, you will see which one resonates more, and also the energy and the communication in between. The Judgment card is our karma card. It's going to tell me, hey, is this supposed to go on? What is supposed to happen here in between everybody? And what do we really need to expect? That's fine designating. And finally, we can make an educated guess to see where is this heading? Where is this going? But again, guys, I did tell you, private reading is private reading. It's only your energy that is involved. So let's start. and welcome to your September's Is Your Ex Coming Back series. So let's start. The Sun reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, Two of Cups, Six of Cups reversed, so we already have two sixes, the Fool, and the Ten of Pentacles. Now this is kind of like very interesting because we have both 1 and 10 in the same raw. Like, I mean, and also the first one is 19, which is a 10, and 10 kind of like the borderline. So it looks like it's kind of like all or nothing kind of here. And I think you are the factor that is sort of like holding this whole process moving forward. It is telling that this has to go on. Show must go on, if you wish. We kind of like have this kind of like two sunny, very sunny cards. And it's about trusting. It's about trusting something about you. This card is more referring to a family than anything else. It's kind of really interesting that there is a culmination. It's the end of the story. It's the end of something. It's kind of like realization of some kind. It's realization of a positioning in, like, I mean, where is your place? How would you basically relate in basically with this person? Maybe even possible that the two of you maybe wouldn't be able to work together in a family unit. Now, there is still love here. The partner is still really, really very much missing you and thinking about you. But you are lacking in this relationship appreciation. Like, you really feel you're not appreciated. You really feel, I guess, completely at the end of your wits with how much looks like you tried. Let me confirm this, clarify rather, to say Ace of Pentacles here. So let's see why Ace of Pentacles is here. The Ace of Pentacles for Gemini and Room. There is a question of intimacy when Room shows up. And look at this fellow. I think you as I said, you're at the end of your wits end. Usually Room to me really talks about the intimacy, but look, it has been followed by the Widower and Despair. It was like something in the situation, as I said, that you're kind of like putting things to rest. You're kind of like saying, maybe let me just like remove this autofocus, maybe certain things cannot move forward. Widower is an interesting card for me because it means, like, it means you don't want to move forward, but you're sort of like over that initial shock of something, because this is the card of victory, which when reversed it could mean card of a loss, right? And like you probably tried to glue things, I can see here, so many times, and it looks like even the strongest glue cannot hold this. And I think in this particular partner, you're lacking a support system. You are lacking ability to kind of like move forward, because look at him. He is even holding on a chair. I mean, come on, he's trying to murder himself, and yet he needs the support of a chair. It's kind of like silly creature. But usually this card is in the other deck of Vera Sibilla, named Jealousy. And if you look at it, like the details, like the picture has been broken over here, flowers lost. Somebody's like really not seeing reasons to continue. Maybe you have been made jealous by your partner. You certainly had really, really big expectations in this relationship, and I think that's why it's really, really hard to let go. Maybe there was like almost a promise. You kind of like felt, hey, you know, it's going to be something for me and for my family, and I kind of like see myself with this person, right? The Room card is kind of like very, very interesting because it really talks about, you know, literally get a room kind of a thing, right? Where you only invite, you maybe feel that you invited this person into your own private space, right? It's some kind of like, you expected some kind of like tranquil atmosphere from this particular thing. But this is also telling me that maybe there is a need for some kind of like confidential talk, because if you really look at this card, it's kind of like reminding me of the Six of Cups, because it's kind of like something is missing, right? People are missing over here, somebody's missing over here, so maybe you're missing somebody, but then because you're an air sign, because immediately you go, okay, so why am I doing this? You're going through analysis, you go, okay, you know what, this is what happened, and this is what happened, and this is what happened. You're giving yourself reasons for that, right? So there is definitely probably intimacy that you're missing. I would still say this. There is like that sexual desire over here. To me, this is again that private, really, really private card, right? But there is like also an issue of confidentiality. So we're going to see how is this reflecting. So we have here Temperance reversed as well. You see the High Priestess reversed. You know, in the past, you were not really looking close the reaction of this person. In the past, you were more kind of like going with the flow, I would say, and that kind of like derailed this entire thing. That kind of like created the issue in kind of like so many different directions. You're really, I don't really think you want to move forward anymore. You are right now looking into so many little details that are falling into place and kind of like analyzing them. And in fact, you might be even harsh when it comes to the communication. And it's kind of interesting. They are getting it. It looks like this is kind of interesting card. It does talk about somebody taking something away from somebody, right? Look, he's really looking back at you at the stage, or looking back at these words. You know, like sometimes you stand up for yourself. There is a situation, you stand up for yourself, and what do you get back? Of course, you're changing that equilibrium. So instead of like even things, so now it's turbulence, and immediately the other person wants to reassert like whatever their authority, their superiority, and there is like a blame over here. And I kind of like see that they're actually not even trying to understand what you're telling them. They're completely clueless that you got their number, and they're blaming on you because how dare you even say something to them. It's kind of like definitely, I'm sorry to say, I'm seeing abusive pattern over here. And there it is, the Emperor. Like, it's showing that there is a need for solidifying yourself, to kind of like standing firm, to kind of like see things from all the sides and understand which way forward is the best for you. Look, you're having very strong cards in your karma segments over here. Even though, look at this, like now you have 3 2s. I don't know, it could be even some kind of triangle over here, but this is talking about knowing that you have to go forward, but at the same time feeling, sheesh, you know, I kind of like still don't want to make this decision. There is like still something that is threading over here. So because we are here exploring in the series if this person is coming back, I do feel that there is no problem for you to have this person, but the problem that you are having is if this can be a healthy relationship. And it's like telling me that it isn't the time. It's time for you to kind of like figure out, because look at this stability over here. It is like showing up. So we have a 3 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups. 10 of Wands reversed, Page of Swords. Yeah, you guys really had it. You really had it. Maybe you're going to tone down the verbal delivery, like you kind of have been angry, and right now you're just like cold, like cool as a cucumber, as they say. So 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords, and Page of Wands. I have to tell you that they haven't seen this coming. They really believe that they are like so important. There is such a kind of like skewed vision of their kind of like involvement in the situation, almost like they felt so arrogant that you wouldn't be able to do without them, right? And that's why they can take whatever they want, they can tell you off, and yet after that they kind of like still expected that you probably will come down to them and apologize. How could you even dare to stand up for yourself? Be very careful. That is like abusive pattern, what I see. And of course, I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me in the description. But look at these two tens and 9. It is kind of the end. It is the end. You are like trying to rebuild yourself. It looks like you're dropping this. You're really dropping this whole idea of relationship. And it's kind of like hard for you because you did see something in this person you really, really wanted to trust. But the truth is, like, there was like not enough joy. This whole relationship was like, looks like very one-sided, and it could be that there were secrets. As I'm saying, like, they in the end are going to feel just like, I mean, dumbfounded. Oh my gosh, what happened to me? And they might actually even create this kind of like little kind of like sulky victim kind of attitude. And even maybe, and if you guys have children, or if they have children, they're going to try to pull that as sort of like their card, you know, that, oh well, you know, you are not thinking about them, etc., etc. Be very careful. These are all very abusive kind of like patterns. And it looks to me that you guys are really, really holding your fort, holding your ground, and it should be. And what you need to learn here clearly is telling me that maybe the admiration and excessive admiration from anybody is maybe unrealistic to ask, but maybe you didn't get any. Maybe it is really time for you to kind of like really stabilize. But what you didn't do is like, you really didn't judge this person by their actions. You were listening to what they are saying to you, and they were saying to you that they love you. It all sounded good, but they were like failing you time after time, and that's why you're angry. And that's basically telling you that was your lesson, because it wouldn't go as far as it went. So if this is any consolation to you guys are kind of like resolving to move forward, and they are kind of like moving forward, but they are finding you as being the guilty one in this particular situation. So my dear Gemini, very strange situation. Can't wait to hear your comments. And again, it's a general reading, so for your private one, please contact me at my website cattarot.ca. I want to pull one more card for you and see where this is going. Gemini, there you go. Karmic connection. I think you did have also 2 6s. Yes, you had 2 6s, and then we have past life relationship, which is my karma card. This really tells me that it might not be necessarily this person, but you have been dealing with this issue previously. That sometimes we think if we change the partner, we are going to change this whole process. Well, that's wishful thinking. That happens in movies. But what basically happens is we keep repeating the pattern until we are ready to cut that cord. And then we need to rebuild, tear this like past life connections that we have, and start fresh. So it was like something that you really rebelled against over here, and you rebelled only after you have been, looks like, severely put down and let down. And you're saying, no way, Jose, I am not going to go forward with this, and I don't really care how many lifetimes we were chasing each other, but I'm not putting up with that. So my dear Gemini, please, if you haven't subscribed, see this button here, is going to invite you to my live session. And on the live session, we are going to give every weekend, Saturday 11 Eastern Standard Time, but you have to be present and you have to say something. And as I said in the beginning of this video, if you are the winner, you will need to just insert your email right there on the spot so we know who it is. Okay, so thanks, and hopefully I'll see you on my live, and otherwise I'll see you on my social media, and I'm looking forward to your comments. All the best. I love you.